Hello students and welcome to English class. We'll begin with Act 1 Scene 3. This scene happens at Venice. In this scene, Shylock, the Jewish moneylender, is introduced. As I've informed you earlier, he is one of the most powerful dramatic figure in this play. And this scene, speciality of this scene is that till now we have seen a number of characters in this play. Now, we are going to see how Antonio is getting related to Shylock, or the situation where two enemies gets interacted with each other. Having been ridiculed by Antonio for years, Shylock actually does not want to lend money to his friend Bassanio. Now, Bassanio is in need of money. We know that. He wants to go to Belmont. Bassanio's plan was to get money from Antonio. But when he inquired to Antonio, Antonio told him that at that moment or at present, he doesn't have any stock of money. All his ships are in different parts of the world and he doesn't have any liquid cash in hand. But Antonio is telling to Bassanio that anyway, your need is a very urgent one. So, you can get money from anyone at Venice by giving my name as surety. So, since Bassanio wants to go to Belmont as early as possible, Bassanio decided to try to get money from someone at Venice, from any of the money lender, in order to satisfy his needs. So, finally, we find him reaching to Shylock. So, now, let's begin with the scene, Act 3, Scene 1. Entered Bassanio and Shylock. So Shylock is telling, 3,000 ducats? Well, Bassanio, sir, for 3 months. So now Bassanio is at Shylock's office. And Bassanio is asking to Shylock to lend him an amount of 3,000 ducats. So Shylock is telling, so you need 3,000 ducats. Bassanio is telling, sir, for 3 months. Of course, sir, I need it for 3 months. Shylock, for 3 months? Well, Shylock is telling, so you need it for 3 months. Bassanio, for the which, as I told you, Antonio shall be bound. So Bassanio is telling, and for the which means for the amount which you are lending to me. As I told you, as I have informed you before, Antonio shall be bound. Antonio shall be bound means Antonio shall be the surety. So hearing this, let's see what Shylock says about it. Shylock, Antonio shall be bound? Well, so Shylock is telling, so you mean that for the amount which you are borrowing, there is 3,000 ducats, your friend Antonio will be the surety. Well, that's good, that's good. That's what Shylock is saying. So we know that Bassanio needs that money very soon, right? So Bassanio is asking to Shylock, may you state me? Will you pleasure me? Shall I know your answer? So Bassanio is asking, may you state me? State me means, will you help me? Will you pleasure me? Will you do that favor for me? Pleasure means, will you do that favor for me? Shall I know your answer? May I know your answer now? Shylock, 3,000 ducats for 3 months and Antonio bound. So Shylock, again he is repeating the same. So you need 3,000 ducats for 3 months, and for the amount which I am lending to you, your friend Antonio shall be the surety. Your answer to that, Bassanio. Just tell me, what is your answer to that? What you said is right. Now tell me, what is your answer? What are you planning about that? So Shylock, Antonio is a good man. Have you heard any imputation to the contrary? So Shylock is telling, of course, Antonio is surety. I can trust Antonio. He is a reliable man. He is a good man means he is a reliable man. Bassanio, have you heard any imputation to the contrary? So Bassanio is asking, have you heard any imputation? Imputation means any allegations, any complaint to the contrary. That he is not to the contrary means, have you heard any complaints or any allegation that Antonio is not a reliable man or that he is not a wealthy man? Bassanio is asking, what is your opinion? Antonio is a good man. Shylock said so. Antonio, of course, I can trust Antonio. So Bassanio is asking, have you heard anything against any wrong comments about Antonio till now? Have you heard any allegation to the contrary? That contrary means that Antonio is not a rich man or that he is not a good man. Shylock, oh, no. My meaning in saying that he is a good man is to have you understand me, that he is sufficient. So Shylock is telling, no, it's not because of that. My meaning in saying that he is a good man, why I have said that he is a good man, is to make you understand, is to have you understand. Is to have you understand means is to make you understand that he is sufficient. That Antonio is sufficient as a surety for the amount of 3,000 ducats which I am going to lend to you. Yet his means are in supposition. Means stands for money. So money is in the form of goods which are deposited in various argosies of Antonio. Now it is at present, it is in the different parts of the ocean, right? So his means, his monies or his goods are in supposition. Supposition means it is subjected to risk. Till it reaches the shore or till it reaches the sand, we cannot say that he will have that much money in hand. It is subjected to risk or it is subjected to various conditions. So his means are in supposition. His monies are subjected to various risk. He hath an argosy bound to Tripolis, another to Indus. I understand moreover upon the Rialto that he hath a third at Mexico and fourth for England. So Shylock is telling, of course, I know that he hath an argosy bound to Tripolis. One argosy of Antonio hath means as, okay. One argosy of Antonio is bound to a place called Tripolis. Another to Indus. So the next argosy of Antonio is bound to Indus or it is on its way to Indus. I understand moreover upon the Rialto he hath a third at Mexico. Moreover, Shylock being a merchant, he used to go to Rialto. Rialto is a Venetian stock exchange where the businessman usually gathers. Rialto means it is a Venetian stock exchange where the merchants usually meet for various transactions. So when he is at Rialto or whenever he goes to Rialto, he used to know or he used to ask about the various things, various business operation that is going on at Venice. So from Rialto he came to know that one of Antonio's ship is bound to Tripolis, next one to Indus and the third one is to Mexico. And also there is fourth argosy which is bound for England. And other ventures he had squandered abroad. And other ventures means other small ships. He had squandered. Squandered means he had scattered abroad. Abroad means in different parts of the sea. So that is at the same time or at one time itself he had sent all his argosies to different parts of the world. He doesn't keep any money in stock or in land. Almost all the ships are scattered in different parts of the ocean at the same time. Is it a nice deed or is it something, a wise deed which could be done by a merchant? Not exactly. Because sea means it is subjected to all sorts of danger. We have learned before it is subjected to dangers associated with rocks, with winds, with sands and all those, right? So if you sent all the argosies at the same time and if suppose something happens to argosies because of the wild nature of the sea and if all the argosies are going to get destroyed, what will happen to Antonio then? He will become a bankrupt. Right. But Antonio is not a very wise or a prudent businessman. If he had been wise, he should not have or he would not have sent all the argosies at the same time. Usually what a wise businessman does is that he will wait for some of the argosies to reach ashore and then only the remaining argosy would be sent. But here what he is doing is almost all his argosies had left the shore at the same time. One is bound to which place? To Tripolis. Second one to Indus, third one to Mexico, fourth to England and of course other small argosies. It is catered in the different parts of the world. Ventures means business goods. Okay, goods. Ventures means goods or the business operations. Squandered meaning scattered. Abroad here means sea. So other ventures, other goods or the other business items are scattered in different parts of the sea. But ships are but boats, sailors but men. They be land rats and water rats, water thieves and land thieves. Pirates. And then there is peril of waters, winds and rocks. The man is notwithstanding sufficient. So, Shylock is pointing out some of the dangers that can happen to Antonio's ship at the sea. So he's sharing, but ships are but boats. So he's reminding Bassanio about it. You know, Bassanio, ships, the ships which he have sent to the different parts of the ocean. After all, it is only boats. Boats means an item which is made up of wood. Sailors but men. And sailors are only human beings. What it means is that if something bad happens, if something dangerous happens, this ship which is made of wood and mere human beings will not be able to withstand it. Then what will happen? Ships will get damaged or wrecked. So ships are but boats, sailors but men. Sailors are only normal human beings, are only mortal human beings. They be land rats and water rats. So he's telling, moreover, just like we have got rats in the land, there are rats in the sea also. So what he means is not real rats, water thieves and land thieves. Just like we have got thieves in the land, there are thieves in the water also. You might have heard of pirates and so, right? Sea robbers? Yeah. So pirates. And then there is peril of waters, winds and rocks. So Shylock is reminding him, see, Bassanio, you say that Antonio is a wealthy man because his argosies are in the different parts of the sea. So because these argosies contains rich goods, he is a rich man. So Shylock is reminding Bassanio, but the argosies are sent to sea. And in the sea, just like we have got thieves in the land, there are thieves in the sea also. That is pirates. And moreover, being at the sea, his goods are subjected to various disasters which can happen because of water, wind or rock. So actually what Shylock said is right. Sending all the goods to the sea at the same time. And sea means it is not a very safe place. At sea, his argosies are subjected to various disasters. What are the disasters is argosies that might happen to argosies? That is, it can be stolen by sea thieves, that is pirates. And moreover, his argosies can be affected by various dangers of the sea like rock, wind, sand and so. So till it reaches the shore, we cannot count the riches which is scattered in the sea. Only when it reaches our hand, we can say that Antonio is rich. Then he continues, the man is notwithstanding enough. Notwithstanding means in spite of all these. In spite of all these. Notwithstanding meaning in spite of all these. The man is notwithstanding sufficient. That is Antonio, in spite of all these dangers that can happen to his items in the sea, is sufficient. That is Antonio is sufficient as a surety, though all these can happen to his items in the sea. Clear? 3,000 decades. I think I may take this bond. Students, one more line is there. It is missing over there. I'll just read it. 3,000 decades. I think I may take this bond. So, amount is 3,000 decades. Right. So, he's sharing 3,000 decades. I think I may take this bond. I may take this bond. Meaning, I may accept this bond. So, what Shylock is saying is that, yeah, of course, I'll give you 3,000 decades for 3 months under the condition that Antonio will be the surety for the amount which you are borrowing from me. So Bassanio is telling, be assured you may. So Bassanio is telling, of course you can trust. Of course you can trust me. Be assured you can trust. because Antonio is going to be the surety for the amount which I am going to borrow from you. I will be assured, I may, and that I may be assured. I will bethink me, may I speak with Antonio? So Shylock is telling, I will be assured, I may. That is, I will be assured, I may means I want to get sure that I will get Antonio as surety. That I may be assured. I will be assured, I may, and that I may be assured. You can write the meaning. And that I may be assured, meaning in order to get that assurance, I will bethink me, let me think over, let me think how can I get an assurance from you that Antonio will be the surety for the amount of 3,000 decades which you are going to borrow from me. Then suddenly he is asking to Bassanio, may I speak to Antonio? So he is asking, in order to get that assurance that Antonio will be the surety, may I speak with Antonio? Can I speak with Antonio? Or will you arrange a facility so that I can speak with Antonio? So condition is that what Shylock means is that I am willing to give you an amount of 3,000 decades for 3 months under the condition that Antonio will be the surety. And it's not enough if you say that Antonio will be the surety. I want to get it from Antonio itself. It is for that reason he is asking Bassanio whether he could speak with Antonio. So, we know the plight of Bassanio very well. Bassanio is urgently in need of 3,000 decades. So, Bassanio is telling, if it pleases you to dine with us. So, Bassanio is telling, of course you can meet Antonio, and if it pleases, if you are willing, you can also have dinner with us. Dear students, before I give explanation for the next dialogue of Shylock, let me tell you one thing. Next dialogue of Shylock is going to highlight the religious difference in the principles or the difference in the principles of religion between the Christians and the Jews. What the Christians considers as sacred is considered to be a very devilish thing by the Jews. And moreover, this dialogue of Shylock also clearly picturizes the extent or the degree of enmity that Shylock has towards Antonio. So students, just have a quick recollection of what we have learned till now. The scene happens at Venice. We find Bassanio at the doors of Shylock asking him whether he could lend an amount of 3,000 decades. That is to go to Belmont. And Bassanio is telling to Shylock that for the amount which you are lending to me, definitely Antonio will be the surety. Hearing this, we find Shylock saying that he should hear that assurance that Antonio will be the surety from Antonio itself. As a part of it, Bassanio is telling, of course, Antonio will claim his assurance for the amount which you are going to lend to me. And if required, you can even dine with us when Antonio is there. So, let's see what Shylock says about it. Shylock, yes, to smell pork, to eat the habitation which your prophet the Nazarite conjured the devil into. I will buy with you, sell with you, talk with you, but will not eat, walk with you, and so following. But I will not eat with you, drink with you, nor pray with you. What news of the Rialto? Who is he? Comes here. So we have found Bassanio inviting Shylock to dine with them, right? Hearing this, Shylock is telling, yes, to smell pork, to eat of the habitation which your prophet the Nazarite conjured the devil into. So Shylock is telling, if I come to have dinner with you, I will be made to eat pork. I will be made to smell pork. Pork means the flesh of pig. For Jews, it is something which is forbidden to them. Christians considers it as sacred, whereas for Jews, it is something which is forbidden by their religion. Jews are not supposed to have the pig's flesh or the pork. So, he is telling, if I come to have dinner with you, I will be made to eat pork. To eat the habitation, to eat of the habitation. I will be made to eat the flesh which your prophet, the Nazarite. I will be made to eat the flesh which your prophet, the Nazarite. That is, according to Jews, Jesus Christ is a prophet. Isn't it? For Jews, Jesus Christ is a prophet. So your prophet here stands for Jesus Christ, which your prophet means with Jesus Christ, the Nazarite. Why Jesus Christ is referred as Nazarite is because he was born at Nazareth. So Jesus Christ, the Nazarite, conjured the devil into. Conjured means ordered. Conjured the devil into means ordered the devil to enter into the body of the pig. Dear students, there is a famous illusion related to pig's body and devil. That is, what is said about this pig is that once Jesus Christ was made to heal a mad man. A man was acting in a very mad manner. So Jesus Christ was supposed to heal this man. As per the Elizabethan beliefs of those days, a person becomes mad when a devil is disturbing the person or when there is a devil inside the body of the person. So, the only method of healing a mad person is by putting the devil out. If you want to put the devil out, this devil should enter somewhere, right? If you let it free, devil will enter the body of another person, and thus when this man is healed, another person might get mad. So, what Jesus Christ did is that this devil inside the body of the madman was ordered to enter into the body of the pig. So, as a result, according to Jews, because the devil has entered into the body of the pig is devilish. That is why the Jews never eats pork. And that is why Jews never joins with Christians to have food. Because they eat pork. Something which is restricted or which the Jews should not have. So that's why we find him saying that I will buy with you, sell with you, talk with you, walk with you. I will do all these acts with you. But I will not eat with you, drink with you, nor pray with you. Why? He will not eat with the Christians. What is the reason? Because the Christians eat pork, which is restricted or which is something which the Jews should never have. So he is telling, I will not eat with you, I will not drink with you. Moreover, I will not pray with you. Because both their religious beliefs are different. So these are some of the action which Shylock says that he will never do along with Christians. What use on Rialto? He comes here. Then he is asking to Bassanio. Do you know what's the news at Rialto? Rialto, I have told you before. Rialto means Venetian Stock Exchange. So he is a businessman. He is a shrewd businessman to say. So he is eager to know each and every minute details related to the business affairs at Venice. That's why he is asking what's the news at Rialto. Because it is a Venetian stock exchange. Who is he comes here? So at the same time they find a person approaching to that place. So he is asking to Bassanio, who's that person who comes here? So Bassanio is replying, this is Signor Antonio. Bassanio is telling, it is none other than my friend Antonio. Shylock, aside, how like a fawning publican he looks. So we find Shylock moving aside. It is actually a dramatic technique employed in the play. When a character moves aside and speaks something, usual thing is that those who are standing on the stage, now at present it is Antonio and Bassanio. They will not hear what this Shylock is saying. At the same time, it will be clear to the audience. So, what is meant here is that when a person stands aside and speaks something is that audience will come to know their true intention. But these characters who are standing on the stage, other characters will not know. Because it is something which those characters should not know for the play to proceed. So that is actually a dramatic technique employed here. So let's see what Shylock says standing aside. How like a fawning publican he looks. So Shylock is telling, oh, this man, that is Antonio, okay, he looks like a fawning publican. Fawning publican means a flattering Roman tax collector. A Roman tax collector. So that is how he compares Antonio with. He compares Antonio with a flattering Roman tax collector. Tax collector of those days. Usually normal people or the ordinary people hates the tax collectors because they come to collect tax. Right. So Shylock is comparing Antonio with a tax collector here. So now let's see what Shylock says about Antonio from aside. Aside means it will be audience can hear what Shylock is telling about Antonio. I hate him for he is Christian, but more for that. In low simplicity, he lends out money gratis and brings down the rate of usance here with us in Venice. So Shylock is telling the reason as to why he hates Antonio. So he is stating the first reason. I hate him for he is a Christian. So what's the first reason for hating Antonio? Because he is a Christian, whereas Shylock is a Jew. But more for that, in low simplicity, he lends out money gratis and brings down the rate of usance here with us in Venice. But more than that, there is various other reasons too. In low simplicity, out of his childish foolishness. Low simplicity means out of his childish foolishness. According to Shylock, he is not a very wise person. He acts foolishly. But more than in low simplicity. Low simplicity means in childish foolishness. Because of his childish foolishness, he is not a wise man. He has low intelligence. He lends out money gratis. So because of his childish foolishness, what Antonio does always is that he lends money to others. He lends out money gratis. Gratis means without charging interest. So first reason is why he hates Antonio is because he is a Christian. What's the first reason? I hate him because he is a Christian. And second reason is out of his childish foolishness. Out of the childish foolishness of Antonio, he lends out money. He lends money to others without charging interest. Money gratis without charging interest. And brings down. So as a result, what's happening here is that he is bringing down the rate of usance. The rate of usance. Usance means profit. Usance, it is not the profit which you get through the business deal. We can write the meaning of usance. Usance means the profit you earn by charging interest from others for the money which you have lent. That is interest which you get by lending money. Understood? So since Antonio is lending money to others without charging interest, money gratis without charging interest, he is cutting down the amount of, he is bringing down the range of usance here with us in Venice. Because Antonio is lending money to others without charging interest. All the people at present, first of all, moves to Antonio to get money. Only if Antonio cannot satisfy their needs, they will ask to Shylock. Because Shylock will charge interest for the money which he is lending to others. Right? So because of that, because Antonio is not charging any interest for the money which he is lending to others, all the people at present are moving to Antonio first. Because of this, according to Shylock, because of the presence of Antonio, a generous merchant like Antonio at Venice, he is made to get only very low interest from others. Or he is not getting much profit from his money lending business. Because the number of people who is coming to him in order to get money is very less. Only if Antonio is not able to satisfy, they are moving to Shylock. So as a result, Antonio, the presence of Antonio is cutting down the rate of usance. Of whom? Of Shylock. So all these Remember, Shylock is saying from aside, okay, only audience can hear it. So Shylock is telling, if I can catch him once upon the hip, I will feed fat the ancient grudge I bear him. So he's telling, if I get a chance to catch him once upon the hip, to catch him once upon the hip, that is, if you catch a person upon the hip, there is no way for the person to escape. Usually, when you are playing kabaddi game and so, you might have seen people, usually the other team will catch the person by hip. Meaning is that if you catch the person by hip, the person cannot escape easily. Even you can find it in wrestling and so, right? If I can catch him once upon the hip, I will feed fat the ancient grudge I bear him. If I can catch him once upon the hip, that is, if I am able to bring him under my control, if I am able to conquer him in one manner or the other, I will feed fat. I will be able to satisfy. I will be able to satisfy myself by, I will feed fat the ancient grudge I bear him. I will be able to satisfy myself by treating him in such a manner that all my ancient enmity and my ancient grievances towards him could be done. That is, if I am able to catch him, if he comes under my control, I will treat him in such a manner that all my anger and all my enmity towards him would be solved or could be satisfied. That is, he will treat him in such a bad manner that he will be totally satisfied. Because he is able to retort back to Antonio for all the bad deeds that he has done on Shylock. He aids our sacred nation and he rails even their rare merchants most to congregate. So, first of all, he is telling he aids him because he is a Christian. And what's the second reason given? Because he is lending money for without charging any interest. That is a reason. Second reason why I hate him. And third reason stated is that I hate him because he aids our sacred nation. Why I hate him is because he hates our sacred nation. He aids our Jewish race or the Jewish religion. And he rails. And he rails means he used to abuse us before everyone. Even there were merchants most do congregate. He used to abuse me. He used to mock me or make fun of me. Even there here stands for even at Rialto, where merchants most do congregate, where almost all the merchants used to meet each other. Just imagine Antonio mocking or making fun of Shylock before various other merchants at Rialto. Will you be able to accept such a deed? Yes, will you be able to tolerate such a person who makes fun of you before various other people at Rialto and so? Antonio used to do such an act upon Shylock. And what he used to make fun of is related to where merchants most to congregate, where merchants most to meet each other, where they used to gather. Congregate means where they used to gather. And what he used to make fun of is upon my bargains and my well-won thrift. He used to make fun of my bargains. Bargains means upon my business deals. And well-won thrift and also my hard-earned profits. He used to make fun of me saying or making fun of my business deals and also about my hard-earned profits or my hard-earned income, which he calls interest. And why he used to make fun of his hard-earned interest, hard-earned money is because according to Antonio, whatever he has earned is interest. Whatever he has made in his life or whatever wealth he has acquired in his life is by charging interest from others. That is the reason why Antonio used to make fun of Shylock. Cursed be my tribe if I forgive him. So he's finally saying, Shylock is telling, if I forgive such a man who make fun of my religion, who make fun of my business deals, cursed be my tribe. May my tribe itself be cursed if I forgive him. That is, as a responsible Jew, it is my duty to punish such a Christian. If I don't punish him, even after being able to catch him, catch hold of him on his hip, my entire tribe will be cursed. If I let him free or if I forgive him, even after getting a chance to punish him. Understood? So, dear students, let's wind up our class here. Remaining, we'll continue in the next class. So, till we meet again, goodbye.